It's Tuesday, the 17th of May, 2022. Welcome to the Fast Five by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Amyler.
Good morning, Michael.
All right, Sean, we've got 5 stories to get through in 5 minutes. Story number 1 today, pallet group Brambles has held talks with a private equity group, CVC Capital Partners, sending its share price up more than 11%. But Sean, the figures involved in these talks, it's pretty significant.
Yes, according to media reports, it's a $20 billion plus bid. Now, the board of Brambles came out yesterday and said the engagement was preliminary, incomplete, and there had been no formal proposal received from CVC. The board also said it was considering other strategic options. Brambles has been on the ASX for about 70 years. It started as a transport business for BHP. It bought the CHEP pallet business off the Australian government back in 1958, and it is now the global leader in pallets. It makes about $2.7 billion a year before tax. But it hasn't been a great performer. In fact, its share price now is about the same as it was 20 years ago. The bid price that's been speculated is more than a 25% premium to its trading price before yesterday. It's just another example of private equity looking for Australian companies. Outside the big super funds, the PE guys have been really active. Think Sydney Airport, AusNet Services, Spark Infrastructure, Ramsay Healthcare and Link Group. Not sure if this one will get done. Long way to go. Really interesting now that they're prepared to offer $20 billion for it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, story number 2, Sean. We are now 4 sleeps away from the federal election, and I know everyone spends a lot of time talking about the 2 major parties and the leaders, but yesterday we had some of the minor parties, the Greens, United Australia Party, a couple of the independents like Zali Steggall, all appearing at the National Press Club.
Yes, one of the big unknowns 4 days out from the polls is just how much power the crossbenchers will hold. When asked about that yesterday, only the Greens leader Adam Bandt responded, saying he will never do a deal with the coalition. No real surprise there. Mr Bandt said the climate crisis has arrived and the Liberal and Labor parties are backing 114 new coal and gas projects around the country, hence vote Green. United Australia Party leader Craig Kelly was the polar opposite. He rejected a net zero target by 2050 for carbon emissions, saying industries were being trashed. Zali Steggall said the 2-party system is broken and a federal anti-corruption commission is essential. They're all fighting hard to win those votes this Saturday.
All right, story number 3, Sean, and it is that time of year when the Australian Tax Office releases its annual hit list of people and companies and activities that it is going to be keeping a very close eye on.
Yes, it is. Property investors and cryptocurrency traders will be in the spotlight, and the ATO says it will be looking closely at poor record keeping and work-related expenses, given so many people nowadays split their time between home and the office. In fact, 1 in 3 Australians claimed working from home expenses in their tax returns last year. The ATO says people need to be honest. For example, they can't claim 100% of their mobile phone if they use it to call family members regularly. There are 3 golden rules, according to the ATO. 1, you must have spent the money yourself and not been reimbursed. 2, the expense must be for income-producing purposes, not private use. And 3, keep a record.
Kind of common sense stuff, really, isn't it?
It is.
All right, story number 4, Sean. New Zealand. It's not exactly one of the world's biggest carbon polluters, but Jacinda Ardern's government has come up with an aggressive timeline to cut emissions.
It will spend close to $3 billion New Zealand dollars over 4 years to fund a range of measures, from electric car incentives to phasing out coal and helping farmers reduce methane emissions from livestock. Now, New Zealand has a clean green image. Wants to keep it. By 2035, it wants to have 30% of the country's light vehicle fleet electric and decarbonise the public transport fleet.
All right, last one. Story number 5, Sean. This is a big story internationally, and it's a big story for Australia as well because of the impact that it has. But Shanghai is going to begin a staged reopening from Monday as COVID case numbers there start to fall.
Yes, they note that COVID hasn't been eradicated, but they are reopening. Shanghai authorities were reported as saying staged reopenings will occur through to the end of June. For weeks, the world has been hoping China would start to open up again after the imposition of severe lockdowns under its zero-tolerance COVID policy. Figures released yesterday, Michael, show that retail sales in China fell 11% in April and factory output dropped 3%. That was worse than many people had expected. The silver lining, maybe, is that those figures demonstrate the need for Beijing to relax its COVID policy. Australia certainly needs a growing China, so let's hope things continue to improve.
All right, there we go. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Tuesday, the 17th of May, 2022. Remember to hit follow on the podcast, and if 5 minutes isn't enough, then you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed on your podcast platform. Got plenty more information in that, along with some great interviews and other bits and pieces. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.